kind of whacked your funny bone or something? Or?
I think it was more so when I hit the guy. I think his helmet kind of hit right on, and then as I was dragging him down, elbow and everything was just getting, everybody was falling on top. So it feels a lot better now.
How much do you hear Coach Muschamp say, "Do your job"? Those 3 words.
We hear it a lot. We hear it a bunch. He says that all the time.
That's kind of his thing.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean to you?
I mean, I personally believe when we do our job that it's a key to victory. I feel like as a team, when we do our job, that we are a really good team when that happens. And if everybody's in the right spot or in the right gap or doing the right things, I feel like that's a way of success for us.
What happens when that doesn't happen? What are the dangers? Why does he preach it so much?
Because when we don't do it, it's never good.
How many times have you seen the clip of him punching the whiteboard saying that when he was at Texas?
I've seen probably a few times. I've seen that a few times.
What do you think when you see that? When you see that, have you? No,
have we? No, he hasn't.
Have you ever seen that?
Nah,
no,
he hasn't
seen one of those.
Hit a board yet. But when I see that, I really. I'm just thinking, yeah. I mean, it's important to do your job. That's the most important thing when we're playing, especially on defense. If you get out the wrong gap, then they'll strike a long touchdown or something like that. Something bad will happen if you don't do your job. It just the way our season's going. It's happening to us. So,
as a defensive guy, when you see you're a quarterback, your team's quarterback, take a hit, take a shot, and keep getting up, does that make you like him more?
Yeah, we love Ryan. We never want to see Ryan hit the ground, but as a from a defensive guy on the other side of the ball, when we see Ryan get hit, we're always on the weary side because we know he had an injury. So when he keeps getting up and he keeps fighting, you'll play for a guy like that. You learn to love a guy like that in your locker room. And as a team, you'll rally around a guy like that no matter what struggles he's having or what's going on the offensive side of the ball. From a defensive standpoint, you play your hardest for guys like him.
When you hit a quarterback, when you hit an opposing quarterback, can you tell and he pops back up versus maybe he stays down?
You can tell. You can tell when they're kind of faking it, or you can tell when they really the hit didn't really matter to them. Like they're one of those warrior type of guys that they'll get up, they'll keep getting up. That's what type of guy he is. He's gonna keep getting up. He's gonna keep fighting, and he's gonna claw his way out of any bad situation.
Sorry if you've already been asked how you feeling.
Oh yeah, I feel good. Elbows.
Today?
Yeah, I did practice today. Elbows doing good.
Travis talked about, Muschamp has your guys' back. You guys have his.
Definitely.
Do you guys ever when you see stuff on social media? I know it can get crazy. Do you ever have to hold back and not respond?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, all the time. We want to say a lot to some people, but we can't. And that's what comes with the job and comes with being a student athlete. A lot of people say things that they don't mean, but they're just mad at the time. For me personally, I laugh. It's funny to me. I don't let stuff like that get to me.
When you see stuff about Coach Muschamp and maybe he's not fit for this, whatever, what do you want to say? Okay.
What did he say? He said if he had any comments or anything, he'd get fined. I don't know if I'd get fined, but I may get kicked off. So I'm not going to say what I want to say. But when I see people talk about him and talk about how he's unfit for the job, they just don't personally know him and know everything that he does to get us prepared. And being realistically, I believe more so the problems that we have in games comes down to us. They teach us the right stuff. They show us the right stuff. It's just a matter of fact of just doing your job. And that's what I preach, and I'm going to continue to preach it because at times we have the ability to not want to do our job and to want to try to make too many plays at once. Just know it's one play at a time, make your play, and good things will come out of that.
Why do players – it seems like all his former players just love playing for him.
He's a great guy. I mean, he's a good coach. He loves us all. I believe he really loves his players, and he'll do anything for them. And that's the kind of coach that you need in the locker room that you want to continue to have around guys, because I feel like more and more that people are, leaning, I wouldn't say leaning on him, but they're trusting in what he's saying a lot more because it works. When we do what we're supposed to do, it definitely does work.
Is that what it comes down to for y'all? Turning things around is just executing better? Is that really
just executing better? Yeah, that's all. I believe for me watching the tapes of previous games that we've lost, it just comes down to doing your job. I don't think nobody has done anything special to the point where we're out there like, what the heck are they doing? No, it's just go back to your rules. When you see something new or when the offense is giving you something new, I guarantee you've been taught this before. Just go back to your rules. So.
What's the mindset of the team right now?
We just got to keep fighting. We're in a hole right now. We're going to dig ourselves out and rally behind one another. And, you know, I love all these guys on this team. And, you know, you come into a building, you lost 2 straight games. You don't see a team that's backing down. You see a team, you see players, coaches that we're ready to win. We're ready to continue to win, not just win one game and then next game don't win. We're ready to continue to win, start streaking and stuff like that. You never see coming in today. You don't get the feeling of a team that's just going to lay it down because you know there's maybe no hope of winning the East or something like that. So now we're playing for our seniors, playing for our bowl games, and we're going to go down fighting each game.
Do you put any extra pressure on yourselves, knowing that kind of that margin's pretty razor thin?
I feel like as a lower classman, there's more pressure on the lower classmen that play because you don't want to send the seniors out on a bad note. You want to get them to a bowl game and continue to allow them to play college football because it's about over for them. So I feel like for me, there's more. I put more pressure on myself than making sure I'm doing more in the meeting room, making sure I can see some things that maybe some people don't see and kind of help them out. So that's mainly it. But I'm still going to continue to do my job.
How do you toe the fine line between putting a little more pressure on yourself and not maybe trying to do too much on Saturday?
Yeah, you just have to know yourself. You work extremely hard in the meeting room so that when it comes to game day, everything's easier for you, and it just comes naturally. As much as you watch it, your body will find its way of getting there and doing what it needs to do.